Speaking of funny shit, we got a couple more here from none other than Iron Riddle.
All right.
Our favorite supplier of RP suppositories.
And he's what, number 451?
Number 451, exactly.
All right.
He says, please share. And this is actually, it kind of reminds me of some H.P. Lovecraft stuff. The pineal gland was commonly called the third eye for many reasons. If you guys have ever seen the movie with Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, Ken Foray, called From Beyond, adapted from H.P. Lovecraft's work, and the little worm thing comes out of his forehead, that's supposed to be his pineal gland after being stimulated by this resonator machine that allows him to see shit, between dimensional lines.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Including its location deep in the center of the brain and its connection to light via the circadian rhythm and melatonin secretion. So there's a reason why we don't have you read this one, Popp. Because circadian rhythm and melatonin secretion, he'd be like... You'd
have got me on that one.
But then you whip out words like prestidigitation, and I'm like, what the...
I can't explain it.
I can't explain it either. Maybe the witch doctor put the whammy on.
Yeah, maybe you got the whammy, Popp.
Yeah,
you never know.
Maybe I did get the
Big bucks, no whammies. Many spiritual traditions believe it serves as a connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. Autopsies performed on infants show this gland to be vibrant, and those of adults reveal them to be shriveled and darkish in color. Also revealed is that adults who are spiritual or religious of any level have less dead, in quotes, pineal glands. It is said that those who practice any type of religion have pineal glands that are more alive and are able to see things in the supernatural better than others can. This is why children tend to see things that adults don't. When adults tell the children that what they see is not real, they begin to tune out their third eye. This is why some children have what adults call imaginary friends. But are they really imaginary?
Yeah.
It's a very good question. My son, when he was really young, he used to have night terrors quite a bit. A lot of people believe that that's leftover remnants from past lives.
Yep.
And oftentimes we would see him staring and maintaining consistent eye contact with something that wasn't there.
Yep.
He'd wave at it, talk to it, babble at it, what have you.
Really?
When we were up north, which was my dad's favorite place to be, it happened a lot.
Okay.
Way, way more than I thought it would.
Yeah, my youngest daughter would do similar things at my mother's house.
Mm-hmm. Dogs, too, will often bark at things that are not there.
Yep.
They're not always barking at leaves. He continues here. It reminds me of the story of the dog that was thrown into an insane asylum because he was telling all the other dogs about seeing rainbows and dogs are colorblind.
Yeah.
Somebody put the whammy on him. I was about 5 years old and lying in my bed looking at the ceiling. A man that had to duck to get through my bedroom door and a shoulder width nearly as wide as the door.
Oh, no.
He walked into my room over to the dresser, looked in the mirror, knocking a few things down onto the floor. Then over to the closet and looked inside, then over to my bed, hitting his head on the ceiling light fixture. He bent at the waist and stared down at me.
Oh, shit.
This man had the head of a horse with brown fur and the body of a man. I could hear him breathing and was only slightly afraid until he nodded at me and the fear was gone. And after a few minutes, he disappeared.
Huh.
I told my parents all about it, and they blew it off as a bad dream and told me to forget it. 6 months ago, my LTR, who is very religious and spiritual Christian, who embraces many practices of ancient times, practices that have been condemned by the Catholic Church, mind you, she told me that she saw an abrasion in the master bathroom. She described it to a T as the man horse from my youth.
Oh, wow.
And I had never shared with her my story. She saw him for just a few seconds, and then he disappeared. And after I shared my story with her, we sat down with my rune stones to try to get some answers. And when I asked him his name, it spelled out the Guardian.
Ah.
That's kooky.
Yeah.
Mysterious and spooky. Altogether ooky.
Yeah. I myself have never had anything like that happen. So.
Yeah, that...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if he meant abrasion or apparition, but it was
probably apparition.
He wrote abrasion, so I just
That's fine.
hit an abrasion in the master bath.
I don't know. Look, do I think there are guardian spirits out there? I think everyone has one. I've never seen mine. I've only heard it. And it was the first time I ever heard it. I was drag racing on the impact area on Fort Lewis. I had already pegged.
Like you do.
I had already pegged the speedometer, and the front of the Camaro was starting to do this. I was going so fast. And then it started doing the shuddering, you know. It'd be like, and then as plain as day, I heard this voice, like somebody came out of the back seat and it spoke in my ear, like, if you keep doing this, you're going to die. You're going to die. And I was like, that was the last time I ever drag raced like that again.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And the guy was racing 2 weeks later. He was with another dude. Totaled their car.
Ooh.
None of them died, but they both had complimentary broken legs. Meaning they had to they crawled together, took their belts off, belted their broken legs together, and then
they walked like that.
They hobbled back 3 miles to the main MSR where the MPs found them.
Oh shit, man! Put those guys in the potato sack race.
I know. And the doctor was working on him. He's like, "You guys are lucky you're only fucking 19, or you'd be dead." Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. I've often wondered, because if you're Catholic, you have a guardian angel, right?
Yeah.
And I often wonder sometimes if you ever done this, you're getting ready for work or whatever, right? And you're going to go out on the highway or some shit. You can't find your keys or you can't find your wallet or something.
Yeah.
And so you're delayed by 30 seconds or a minute or something. Have you ever thought maybe that's your guardian angel fucking with you? It's like, look, if you go right now, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hide your wallet.
Yeah. You know
you're
what?
not going to know it. I'm going to put it somewhere, and then you're going to have to find it, and you're going to be out of that shit. I don't know if that.
You know what?
Maybe.
I'll tell you this though, even if that's complete hokum, I think that's a very good thing to keep in mind when things get delayed, because people get pissed off over the dumbest shit. They will spin themselves up into an evil pop frenzy over practically nothing.
It's because they haven't been taught the mantra.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I can't.
Or if you're driving on the road, it's once they're behind me, they don't exist.
That's right. Listen, I actually probably do an episode of all the mental tricks I have to do just to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every day, because of the PTSD and all this shit, I got to play these funny mind games with myself. It's just nuts, man.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Popp for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat case of books.